so good to see everyone came. I don't know everyone. Oh, don't want to say that. Who's that? Oh, Minhaj, you said, mashallah. Amazing, man. Very good, alhamdulillah. I think I know everyone's name. Apart from Minhaj. Okay, we'll let the people slowly come forward, inshallah. But alhamdulillah, it's good everyone came, because inshallah we'll go through some very basic things, but hopefully it'll be really helpful. And it's very basic stuff. We probably already know these things, but when we think about it in a certain way, we're able to realize things which we always end up missing. So for now, I'm going to again request that everyone keeps their clipboards closed, and inshallah we'll come to them in a minute. I'm just going to ask everyone to do me another favor. Who brought their phone with them? Did anyone bring their phone with them? Yeah. Okay, so if you've got your phone on you, you can get your phone out, and on your phone you can find a button which is designed to switch the power off. So if everyone can just quickly do that, if you've got your phone on you, find the button which switches the power off, and switch the power off, and then take your phone and put it back inside your pocket, please. So, has everyone done it? Is everyone happy? And because the thing is, sometimes if we're thinking about connecting to Allah, which is what we want to discuss, then sometimes we have to disconnect from certain things as well. Like before we're able to start connecting to Allah, sometimes there'll be certain things which we have to disconnect from. The Prophet ﷺ mentions that كُلُّ مَوْلُودٍ يُولَدُ عَلَى الْفِطْرَةِ, that every baby, it's born like the way it's meant to be. It's born on the fitrah, it's born on nature. And then the Prophet ﷺ says that it's the parents and it's the world, it's the actual world around that baby which eventually ruins the baby if it ends up stop connecting to Allah. So the Prophet ﷺ said that when we're born connected. So the default is to be connected. Like from the moment we're born, we're already connected to Allah. So all these things happen in the world which start disconnecting us, and there's so many of them. In fact, the whole world essentially, in some way or another, the biggest companies in the world are all obsessed with distracting us from Allah. I mean, when we look at our phone, the companies have designed it in a way so that we get a certain dopamine rush when we look at our phones. The biggest food companies in the world make their food in a way so that we get a hit when we eat their food. The biggest drinks companies spend billions of pounds on advertising to sell that black drink, to tell us that that's what makes us happy. And then we grow up in this world, and then we get these little hits from the food that we eat, every time we look at our phone and get a message, every time we get a like on our social media. And then it kind of makes us very numb to what a real connection is actually like. We kind of become the connection that we had at birth has become so diluted that we kind of start forgetting about it. So I thought we'd start by turning our phones off. It's good to be in seclusion sometimes. Sometimes, it's good to actually disconnect from the outside world. Sometimes we just need to slow down a little bit and just, come into the place that we are. Realize where we are. So why is everyone here, by the way? I just thought I'd ask you. What's the topic? Connecting to Allah. So that's really something which, we should all try and think about. Does that mean anything? Has anybody thought about it before they came here? What does it mean? Or shall I just tell you what it means? Okay, I'll start with connecting to Allah, inshallah. So I just want to explain the lesson. I'm going to explain connecting to Allah, what it is, and then a couple of important points. Then we're going to have two tools. I'm going to give you two tools, which if you use them, then we'll be able to turbocharge our ability to connect to Allah. So I'm going to start off by explaining what it is, what the connection to Allah is. And then a couple of tools which if you use them really effectively, we can actually change the way that we experience our connection to Allah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you can open your thingies now, and in your notebooks on the front page, we'll have the way that we're going to look at connecting to Allah. So connecting to Allah, we're going to look at it from two different dimensions. One is the dimension